Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. In today's documentary, we are going to take a look at Elon Musk. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to our channel. Alright, now let's dive in. Elon Musk is now the richest person in the world with a net worth of $185 billion. But do you all know how he came out to be Elon Musk, whom we all gape with respect and awe today? Well, here in this video, we will talk about how the Tesla and SpaceX CEO went from getting bullied as a child to becoming one of the most successful controversial men in tech. It seems like there's nothing Elon Musk won't try. As CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, founder of the Boring Company, and co-founder of OpenAI and Neurolink, Musk seems to be everywhere all at once, pushing all kinds of futuristic technologies. He said he won't be happy until we've escaped Earth and colonized Mars. Between space rockets, electric cars, solar batteries, and the billions he's made along the way, Musk is basically a real-life Tony Stark, which is why he served as an inspiration for Marvel's 2008 Iron Man film. But it hasn't always been smooth sailing for Musk. Here's how he went from getting bullied in school to becoming a small-time entrepreneur and eventually the CEO of two major companies that seem like they're straight out of science fiction to stand on top of the list of the richest. Elon Reeve Musk was born on 28, 1971 in Pretoria, Transvaal, South Africa. His mother May Musk, a model and a dietitian born in Canada but raised in South Africa. His father is Errol Musk, a South African electromechanical engineer, pilot, sailor, consultant, and property developer. He has a younger brother, Kimball, born in 1972, who is currently a venture capitalist and an environmentalist, and a younger sister, Troska, born in 1974. She is an award-winning producer and director. His maternal grandfather, Joshua Haldeman, was an American-born Canadian. His paternal grandmother had British and Pennsylvania Dutchy ancestry. So we can say that his bloodline is all kind of strewn over, and it is highly likely that these curry of various ethnicities is one of the factors that stirred him a unique and variety in geniusness. Abusive childhood. After his parents divorced in 1980, Musk lived mostly with his father in the suburbs of Pretoria, a choice he made 2 years after the divorce and subsequently regretted. Musk has become estranged from his father, whom he has described as a terrible human being. According to Elon, his father was capable of evil. He also claims his father committed almost every kind of crime imaginable. He was such a terrible human being. You have no idea. My dad will have a carefully thought-out plan of evil, he said. Life at school. Today, the world knows Musk as a wealthy, imaginative genius, the man who is making electric cars mainstream and putting rockets in space. But when Musk was a kid, growing up in South Africa, he got it bad from others. I had a terrible upbringing. I had a lot of adversity growing up. One thing I worry about my kids is that they don't face enough adversity. He would later say in an interview. An awkward and introvert child, Musk was bullied throughout his childhood and once was hospitalized after a group of boys threw him down a flight of stairs. Musk started school a year early, attending the private Waterkloof House Preparatory School and later graduated from Pretoria Boys High School. The year was lonely and brutal from his depressions. He read voraciously and was also an avid fan of comics, self-described as a bookworm and something of a smart aleck. He was also bullied in school and withdrew to his books at the expense of his social life. Musk's intellectual aptitude did him few favors as a child. He found few friends in the tough-minded Afrikaner culture he encountered in school. In an interview, Musk said, "They got my best friend to lure me out of my hiding so that they could beat me up, and that hurt. For some reason, they decided that I was it, and that was going to go after me nonstop. That was what made me grow up difficult. For a number of years, there were no respite. You get chased around by gangs at school who try to beat the hell out of me. And then I'd come home, and it would just be awful there as well." In 2012, his mother May Musk told Esquire magazine writer Tom Junod that Elon was the youngest and the smallest guy in school and that he was picked up on all the time. Musk's brother, Kimball, says, "Kids gave Elon a very hard time. It was pretty rough in South Africa," he says. "If you're getting bullied, you still have to go to school. You just have to get up in the morning and go." He hated it so much. Musk's first wife, Justine, says, "I don't think people understand how tough he had it growing up. He was really a lonely kid. Musk is said to have survived the bully in two ways. The first was a sort of mental escape provided to him by his family. The Musks talk about themselves as a special family, one that could do great things. He grew up in South Africa without ever really considering himself a South African. Like the rest of his family, he was just passing through. The Musks were a race nearly as much as they were a family, with a specialized awareness of themselves as wanderers and adventurers. Every Musk is able to tell the story of forebears whose accomplishments serve as an inspiration and whose energy endures, a grandfather who won a race from Cape Town to Algiers, a great-grandmother who was the first female chiropractor in Canada, grandparents who were the first to fly from South Africa to Australia in a single-engine plane. Without sounding patronized, it does seem that our family is different from other people, says Elon's sister, Tosca Musk. We risk more. Musk's second avenue of escape from bullying was through computers and business. He was on computers as soon as it became available to him. Nobody back then would have envisaged that soon enough computers and business became Musk's life. In childhood, Musk survived terrible bullying. In doing so, he learned that he could do things the other kids told him he couldn't do. So he did, and he hasn't stopped yet. His enthusiasm towards programming and computers. At the age of 10, he developed an interest in computing while using the Commodore VIC-20. He learned computer programming using a manual and by age 12 sold the code of a basic-based video game he created called Blastar to PC and Office Technology magazine for approximately $500. Musk described it as a trivial game, but better than Flappy Bird. His difficult experiences both at home and school eventually led to Musk to leave South Africa for the United States. Education. Aware it would be easier to enter the United States from Canada, Musk applied for a Canadian passport through his Canadian-born mother. While awaiting the documents, he attended the University of Pretoria for 5 months. This allowed Musk to avoid mandatory service in the South African military. Arriving in Canada in June 1989, Musk failed to locate his great-uncle in Montreal and instead stayed at a youth hostel. He then traveled west to live with a second cousin in Saskatchewan. He stayed there for a year, working odd jobs at a farm and lumber mill. In 1990, Musk entered Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario. 2 years later, he transferred to the University of Pennsylvania. He graduated in 1997 with a Bachelor's of Science degree in Economics from the Wharton School and a Bachelor of Arts degree in Physics. In 1994, Musk held 2 internships in Silicon Valley during the summer at an energy storage startup called Pinnacle Research Institute, which researched electrolytic ultracapacitors for energy storage, and at the Palo Alto-based startup Rocket Science Games. Bruce Leak, the former lead engineer behind Apple's QuickTime, who had hired Musk, noted he had boundless energy. Kids these days have no idea about hardware or how stuff works, but he had a PC hacker background and was not afraid to just go figure things out. In 1995, Musk was accepted to a PhD program in energy physics at Stanford University in California. Musk attempted to get a job at Netscape but never received a response to his job inquiries. He dropped out of Stanford after 2 days, deciding instead to join the internet boom and launched an internet startup. Now let's speak about his business endeavors that were spiraling as low as it could. And how did he then come out of that low tier and eventually rose to become the richest and the most successful? Let's take a walk down Elon Musk's memory lane that showcases all his endeavors, failures, and achievements in the business horizon. The web software company Zip2. In 1995, Musk, his elder brother Kimball, and Greg Curie found a web software company called Zip2 with funds from a group of angel investors. They housed the venture at a small rented office in Palo Alto. The company developed and marketed an internet city guide for the newspaper publishing industry with maps, direction, and yellow pages. Before the company became successful, Musk could not afford an apartment. Instead, he slept on the office couch and showered at the YMCA. They could only afford one computer, and according to Musk, the website was up during the day, and I was coding at night 7 days a week all the time. Their efforts materialized when the Musk brothers obtained contracts with the New York Times and the Chicago Tribune, and persuaded the board of directors to abandon plans for a merger with City Search. Musk's attempts to become CEO were thwarted by the board. Compaq acquired Zip2 for $307 million in cash in February 1999. Musk received $22 million for a 7% share from the sale. How X.com got renamed as PayPal. In 1999, Musk co-founded X.com, an online financial services and email payment company. The startup was one of the first online banks to be federally insured, and within its initial months, over 200,000 customers joined the service. The company's investors saw Musk as inexperienced and replaced him with Intuit CEO Bill Harris by the end of the year. The following year, X.com merged with online bank Confinity in order to prevent unnecessary competition. Founded by Max Levchin and Peter Thiel, Confinity had its own money transfer service, PayPal, which was more popular than X.com's service. Within the merged company, Musk returned as CEO. Musk's preference of Microsoft software over Linux created a rift in the company and caused Thiel to resign. Due to the resulting technological issues and lack of a cohesive business model, the board outs Musk and replaced him with Thiel in September 2020. While Musk was en route to Australia for a much-needed vacation, PayPal's board fired him and made Thiel the new CEO. That's the problem with vacations, Musk told Fortune years later about his ill-fated trip in late 2000. Oh boy. Under Thiel, the company focused on PayPal service and was renamed PayPal in 2001. In 2002, PayPal was acquired by eBay for $1.5 billion in stock, of which Musk received over $100 million. Before its sale, Musk, who was the company's largest shareholder, owned 11.7% of PayPal's shares. In 2017, Musk purchased domain X.com from PayPal for an undisclosed amount, explaining that it had a sentimental value to him. SpaceX. In 2001, Musk conceived Mars Oasis, a miniature greenhouse on Mars that would grow food crops and reawaken public interest to space exploration. In October 2001, Musk traveled with a group to Moscow to buy refurbished Depner intercontinental ballistic missiles that could send the greenhouse payloads into space. He met with companies such as NPO, Lavochkin, and Kosmotras. However, Musk was seen as a novice and was even spat on by one of the Russian chief designers. The group returned to the United States empty-handed. In February 2002, the group returned to Russia to look for 3 ICBMs. They had a meeting with Kosmotras and were offered one rocket for $8 million, which Musk rejected. Musk instead decided to start a company that could build affordable rockets. With $100 million of his early fortune, Musk founded Space Exploration Technologies Corp., traded as SpaceX, in May 2002. After 3 failed launches, SpaceX succeeded in launching Falcon 1 in 2008. It was the first private liquid fuel rocket to reach Earth's orbit. Later that year, SpaceX received a $1.6 billion commercial resupply service program contract for 12 flights of its Falcon 9 rocket and Dragon spacecraft to the ISS, replacing the space shuttle after 2011 retirement. In 2012, the Dragon vehicle berthed with the ISS, a first for a private enterprise. Working towards its goal of reusable rockets, in 2015, SpaceX successfully landed the first stage of a Falcon 9. Landings were later achieved on an autonomous spaceport drone ship, an ocean-based recovery platform. In 2008, SpaceX launched the Falcon Heavy. The inaugural mission carried a Tesla Roadster as a dummy payload. In 2017, SpaceX unveiled its next-generation launch vehicle and spacecraft system, Big Falcon rocket, which would support all SpaceX launch service provider capabilities. In 2008, SpaceX announced a planned 2023 lunar circumnavigation mission, a private flight called Dear Moon Project. 2 years later, SpaceX launched its first manned mission, the Demo 2, becoming the first private company to place a person in orbit and dock a crewed spacecraft with the ISS. SpaceX began development of the Starlink constellation of low Earth orbit satellites in 2015. To provide satellite internet access, with the first 2 prototype satellites launched in February 2018. A second set of test satellites and the first large deployment of a piece of the constellation occurred in May 2019, when the first 60 operational satellites were launched. The total cost of the decade-long project to design, build, and deploy the constellation is estimated by SpaceX to be about $10 billion, including nearly $900 million in Federal Communications Commission subsidies. Tesla. Tesla was incorporated in July 2003 by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning, who financed the company until the Series A round of funding. Both men played active roles in the company's early development prior to Musk's involvement. Musk led the Series A round of investment in 2004, joining Tesla's board of directors as its chairman. Musk took an active role within the company and oversaw Roadster production design, but was not deeply involved in day-to-day business operations. Following a series of escalating conflicts in 2007 and the 2008 financial crisis, Eberhard was ousted from the firm. Musk assumed leadership of the company as CEO and product architect in 2008, the position that he still holds today. A 2009 lawsuit settlement with Eberhard designated Musk as a Tesla co-founder along with Tarpenning and two others. As of 2021, Musk is the longest tenured CEO of any automotive manufacturer globally. Tesla first built an electric sports car, the Tesla Roadster, in 2008. With sales of about 2,500 vehicles, it was the first serial production of all electric cars using lithium-ion battery cells. Tesla began delivery of its four-door Model S sedan in 2012. A crossover, the Model X, was launched in 2015. A mass-market sedan, the Model 3, was released in 2017. The list could just go on. As of 2021, it is the world's best-selling electric car with more than 500,000 units delivered. Under Musk, Tesla has also constructed multiple lithium-ion batteries and electric vehicle sub-assembly factories such as Gigafactory 1 in Nevada and Gigafactory 3 in China. Since its initial public offering in 2010, Elon Musk's Tesla stock has risen significantly. It has become the most valuable car maker in summer 2020. It entered the S&P 500 later that year. Solar City. As if all that wasn't enough, Musk came up with the idea of Solar City. A solar energy company, Musk gave his cousin Peter and Elon Reeve the working capital to get Solar City off the ground in 2006. Musk provided the initial concept and financial capital for Solar City. By 2013, Solar City was the second largest provider for solar power systems in the United States. In 2014, Musk committed to building a Solar City advanced production facility in Buffalo, New York, triple the size of the largest solar plant in the United States. Construction of the factory started in 2014 and was completed in 2017. It was operated as a joint venture with Panasonic until early 2020. Tesla acquired Solar City for over $2 billion in 2016 and converted it into its solar division. In 2007, Musk staged a boardroom coup with Tesla, first ousting Eberhard from his CEO seat and then from the company's board and executive suites entirely. In 2008, with the financial crisis seriously limiting his options, Musk personally saved Tesla from bankruptcy. Musk invested $40 million in Tesla and loaned the company $40 million more. Not coincidentally, he was named the company's CEO the same year. But between SpaceX, Tesla, and Solar City, Musk nearly went broke. He describes 2008 as the worst year of my life. Tesla kept losing money, and SpaceX was having trouble launching its Falcon 1 rocket. By 2009, Musk was living off personal loans just to survive. Musk's personal life was in upheaval too. Musk and his wife Justine, a Canadian author, got divorced in 2008. He met his first wife, Canadian author Justine Wilson, while attending Queen's University. They married in 2000 and separated in 2008. Their first son, Nevada Alexander Musk, died of sudden infant death syndrome at the age of 10 weeks. They shared custody of 5 sons. In 2008, Musk began dating English actress Talulah Riley, and in 2010, the couple married. In 2012, Musk announced a divorce from Riley. In 2013, Musk and Riley remarried. In December 2014, Musk filed for a second divorce from Riley. However, the action was withdrawn. A second divorce was finalized in 2016. Hopping back to 2008 again, right around Christmas 2008, Musk got 2 pieces of good news. SpaceX had landed a $1.5 billion contract with NASA to deliver supplies to space, and Tesla finally found more outside investors. By June 2010, Tesla had a successful initial public offering. The company raised $220 million in IPO, becoming the first car company to go public since Ford in 1956. To get his finances back on track, Musk sold shares worth about $15 million in the offering. Musk's extraordinary career was starting to get noticed in other circles too, most notably in Hollywood. Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of Tony Stark in the Iron Man movies is at least partially based on Musk. Musk even had a cameo in Iron Man 2. By the end of 2015, SpaceX had made 24 launches on its assignment, like resupplying the International Space Station, setting lots of records along the way. In 2016, SpaceX Falcon 9 made the first successful ocean landing of a reusable orbital rocket. The Falcon Heavy, the successor to the Falcon 9 and the most powerful rocket SpaceX has built to date, completed a successful maiden launch in February 2018. The Falcon Heavy carried a unique payload, a dummy dubbed Starman, and Musk's personal cherry red Tesla Roadster, which will launch towards Martian orbit. Musk can't stop coming up with new ideas, either, like the Hyperloop, a super high-speed train that travels in a vacuum tube. The Hyperloop could theoretically transport passengers from Los Angeles to San Francisco in 30 minutes. In a similar vein, Musk started another company in 2016, The Boring Company, which has a mission to dig a network of tunnels under and around cities for high-speed, no-traffic driving. And in late 2015, Musk co-founded OpenAI, a non-profit dedicated to researching artificial intelligence and ensuring it doesn't destroy humanity. Aren't you all curious about IQ of this prodigy human? So what is Elon Musk's IQ? The Iron Man in the real world? Elon Musk's IQ is estimated as 155 IQ, based primarily on his earlier aptitude tests, his ability to read and apply technical information, and his ability to use numbers to make process changes unique in the history of a complicated industry. Elon Musk is a beast. And what makes him more successful than anyone else? The study has found that 7 abilities in Elon Musk that makes him stand out of the crowd, those of which many don't possess per se. Verbal intelligence, logical reasoning, working memory and task switching filtering, speed and Elon Musk IQ, motivation and work ethic, anxiety, fear, emotional balance, and openness to new experiences. Veteran technology journalist Ashley Vance spent more than 30 hours talking to Elon Musk and interviewed nearly 300 people to tell various stories about companies changing the world that Musk founded, such as PayPal, Tesla Motors, SpaceX, and SolarCity, to describe a man who has revitalized the American industry and spirited innovation at another level, while he also made many enemies on his path. Vance used the story of Musk to explore one of the big questions in our time: whether the nation of inventors and forces led the modern world of a century still survives in the era of fierce global competition or not. He claimed that Musk, one of the most extraordinary and impressive figures in American business history, is a contemporary blend of legendary inventors and industrialists like Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, Howard Hughes, and Steve Jobs. More than any other entrepreneurs, Musk has been dedicating all his energy and his entire future to creating a prosperous future and open for the golden age of science fiction. Musk has expressed concerns that the race for a better AI could end up sparking a third world war. More recently, Musk announced he was stepping down from the board of AI in February 2018 to avoid any potential conflict of interest with Tesla, which has made strides into artificial intelligence for its self-driving car technology. Musk founded one more company, this one in 2017, Neurolink, which is trying to build devices that can be implanted inside the human brain. Little later, he again fueled his love for life. Musk then dated Amber Heard, whom he had reportedly been pursuing since 2012, for several months in 2017. Musk was later accused of having an affair with Heard while she was still married to Johnny Depp. They broke up in 2017 after a year of dating. Musk later said in an interview with Rolling Stones that the breakup was very hard on him. The year was a bit rocky from a political standpoint as well. Musk joined President Trump's Business Advisory Council, a move which caused a huge public backlash. He initially defended the move, but he quit after Trump pulled the US out of the Paris Agreement on climate change. Musk said he tried to convince Trump to not withdraw. In the spring of 2018, there was a new development in Musk's personal life. He and the musician Grimes struck up a relationship. They reportedly hit off, and they both made the same nerdy jokes about artificial intelligence. In November 2019, Musk debuted a new Tesla vehicle, the Cybertruck, Tesla's first and very highly anticipated pickup truck. Since unveiling, Musk has been spotted a few times cruising around in the truck, including a night out to dinner at Nobu with Grimes. Grimes dropped a bombshell in January 2020 when she posted a photo of herself where she appeared pregnant. The musician later confirmed that she was expecting a baby with Musk. Musk's music ventures. On March 30, 2019, Musk released a rap track, R.I.P. Harambe. on SoundCloud under the name Emoji Records. The track was performed by Young Jake, written by Young Jake and Caroline Polacek, and produced by Blood Pop. On January 30th, 2020, Musk released an EDM track, Don't Doubt Your Vibe, featuring his own lyrics and vocals. It seems like Elon Musk is rethinking his attachment to material world, and his first step will be selling almost all physical possessions. He also said that he thinks the stock price of Tesla is too high, a tweet that followed a sharp drop in the share price of the electric car manufacturer. It's not clear why Musk wants to sell almost all his physical belongings, or where he lived once when he owns no house. He has since reportedly sold 2 of his Bel Air homes and listed several other properties in California. Philanthropy. Musk is the chairman of the Musk Foundation, which states its purpose is to provide solar power energy systems in disaster areas as well as other goals. Since 2002, the foundation has made over 350 contributions, around half were to scientific research or education nonprofits. Notable beneficiaries include the Wikimedia Foundation, his alma mater, the University of Pennsylvania, and his brother Kimball's Big Green. Musk is the trustee of the X Prize Foundation. Wealth. Musk reportedly graduated from college with $100,000 in student debt. Musk made his fortune with PayPal's $1.5 billion sale to eBay in 2002. He was the first listed on Forbes billionaires list in 2012, with a net worth of $2 billion. At the start of 2020, Musk was the 35th richest person in the world. Throughout the year, his net worth increased by $150 billion, largely driven by his ownership of around 20% of Tesla stock. During this, Musk's net worth was often volatile. For example, it dropped from $16.3 billion in September, the largest such plunge according to Bloomberg. In November of that year, Musk passed Facebook's co-founder Mark Zuckerberg to become the 3rd richest person in the world. A week later, he passed Microsoft's co-founder Bill Gates to become the 2nd richest. In January 2021, Musk, with a net worth of $185 billion, surpassed Amazon's founder Jeff Bezos to become the richest person in the world. Yes, and that's it. We've taken a neat roundabout around the life of Elon Musk until now. And we are sure that you almost have understood the ingredients to get to the topmost tier like the tech guru. Perseverance, an industrious mind, and a little streak of optimism are all that a person is required of to touch the toughest. And guys, tell me, how inspired are you all? And what strategies towards success are you going to steal from Elon Musk? Do let us know in the comments section below. Also, if you found the video enthralling, don't forget to smash that like button and the bell icon beside to stay notified. Well then, toodles.